Good morning. Welcome back to the morning show. Like the stream, retweet the stream, subscribe, tag 17 of your friends for a chance at some trade tickets. It's good to have that day over. We're excited for a new day. We've got a special guest today. The Atlanta Hawks captain will be joining us. We'll be talking about all things captains, all things Hawks, all things giveaways, all things run it back. We're just going to talk about all the things. Let's go.
Well, the top shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a Lake so Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We got an exciting day of content coming at you. We get the morning show right here, right now. We've got a little NFL action at noon. And then over on the actually Jebber Bush, we've got Shot Tank tonight. So there's just honestly too much. There's too much of me, especially after in real life shows last night. My voice sounds like I've been swallowing cigarettes. Who do we have this morning in the chat? We got Rowdy Rods here, Sneeps. Naked XYZ, the certified team hold Bongsman. Again, the name just continues to evolve and win. Jump Shoots here, Borland, we the people. Chris, a.k.a. Captain C Note. F and Nico's here. JJL, Devlar, Damon, Brent, Top Shot Comment, Ray's here. No, that's Roy, excuse me. Mac Attack, Daniel Lopes, Jen, Maddie Harrison, Regulator, Will's here, the Captain, Mark, Blazemore, Jack Ward, Heavy, Hitta, Jordan's here, Snoopaloop, Carlo, homies, Drunk Tree, Diggs, representing Twitchy Gang over there. Milo, Eagle Putt, JP in the house, Ryan's here, we the people, Rock and Roll, Jordan, Ricky, Eric, Fernandez, Stubbs, Red Dad, the whole gang's here. The whole gang is here. Hope you guys had a fun day, just liking and retweeting. There's a lot of exciting stuff happening. We're going to talk, I think we'll probably talk a little bit about that towards the end of the show. And then we'll talk a little bit about the drop too as we get there. But I'm excited. This is the second time we've done this. We're going to continue to do it as we lead up into the new year. Actually, look at right on cue, Billy Jackson, who has got the Top Shot debut badge for the Celtics captain. Well, we're excited to continue doing this, bringing the captains on. I think one of the overall, like one of the more successful things that Top Shot's done is getting the community involved in creating this like camaraderie around what the captains are doing, the volunteers are doing to create this experience that we're having. So I'm excited to bring on the Atlanta Hawks captain. We're going to bring Eric on the show. Eric, what's going on, man? How are we doing?
Good, Mike. How are you? Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I'm excited to I know you've shared with me privately a little bit about some of the stuff you guys are working on, and I'm sure it won't be news to the Atlanta Hawks fans, but I always think it's like really exciting to see like some of the stuff that people are rolling out. So and before we even get into some of the exciting stuff you're doing, what was your experience like pre being a captain in these streets, and then how has that kind of changed since getting into the leadership role?
Yeah, so it changed quite a bit, all for the fun. So, really I joined when, pretty much the whole community joined back in February of 21 and, really got into it, right away. So I just loved collecting, and I loved, the community feel and kind of the undergroundness of how kind of still till today, the whole vibe of the community is.
Yeah.
And for that, time period, I was, doing it with a buddy of mine, and we were just constantly on the site and buying and trading and doing all the things that, the potential was really, there in the beginning to just do so much. It wasn't the type of platform where you could get bored of it after 2 days. It was always so much innovation. So that really kept us going. And then really when the whole captain program came about, and then I got picked, it changed because, I was kind of now in charge, and I had to
Yeah.
kind of act like an adult, even though I'm not, and kind of just run the ship as best as I can. Cause it's an awesome opportunity that Top Shot and Dapper is giving us to, give back to the community. And, I didn't really know what to do in the beginning. I'm like, wow, now I'm a meeting planner and a publicist and, event planner. I got to do
Yeah.
all these things. It's overwhelming, but fun, especially when you have, a wife and 2 kids and a full-time job. So, since being a captain for the past 3 months, it's been great engaging in the community. We already had one in real life event down in Atlanta over the summer,
Oh, that's awesome.
where we gave back to, the community by doing a WNBA event at the Atlanta Dream Arena. And then we, did a Top Golf event where we brought in a lot of the community members from the Atlanta Hawks. And, just from there, just feeling the excitement of the small group of Atlanta Hawks fans in the community, but ever growing, through all the different kinds of promotions and giveaways that we've been doing.
Can I ask too? Because I'm kind of curious about this. Like, how long ago was the in real life event that you guys did?
2 months.
2 months ago. Have you seen the level of engagement get an uptick like after that event happened, or has it been pretty much the same the whole time?
I definitely saw an uptick. The measurement tools aren't really robust where we can be
Right.
we can measure it, substantially and see the effects.
Yeah.
But, we kind of track it with set holders and see if those are increasing. And, when I started as a captain, S3 was not, part of the ability to get into the gated Discord for the
Yeah.
Hawks. And then since it has, and I think one of the nicer things about the Atlanta Hawks team sets are they're on the more inexpensive side.
Yeah.
So you don't have to lay out hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get in. So I think a lot of people and a lot of rivalry teams the Knicks
Right.
are in our Discord, which is fun. We have a lot of fun with the other captains. One of the cool things that we're doing with the New York Knicks captains in November is because the Hawks are coming to the Garden, and Trey is so loved in the Garden right now.
Yeah, right.
We figured let's do a really fun rivalry night, and so we bought 4 tickets, really really good seats close to the floor, and we're going to give away a ticket to each of the New York communities and the Atlanta communities, and then fly them in, and then go to the event and just have a blast.
That's awesome. I love that. And the reason I kind of asked, and I guess maybe let me reframe it too a little bit, because you're right. It is probably hard to measure. There's no real analysis of, are people sending 6 Discord messages per minute, DPMs. But have you found do you almost find a stronger sense of responsibility after the in real life event? Because and maybe I'll just give you my end, how I've seen this happen, versus what my experience was running Team Hold prior to doing Vegas than after going to Vegas for Summer League a year and a half ago, where I almost felt this stronger connection with it, because it's I've actually seen some of these people and it's not weird avatars telling me I look like shit or whatever, it kind of changes. It felt I felt a stronger sense to do a good job, I guess. And maybe people would disagree with that, but yeah, I'm just curious, after an in real life event, if that is a motivational thing for you, just because you get to actually see these people.
Yeah, I mean, it was a weird transition, of course, right? Coming out of COVID, people not seeing each other for a couple of years. I love meeting people. My job, I'm in sales, so I'm always meeting people, interacting with people. So I'm always out in trying to get to know different people all the time. That lends well to like what we do here for the real life events is
Yeah.
when we had the Top Golf event a couple months ago, we not only met the community members, but they brought their spouses and their kids out. So that was
Yeah.
really cool. Like you get to see like families. It's not just one guy that you've been talking to on avatars in discords for
Right.
a year and a half. So now it's nice because I can call up somebody I met like Luis or Rod, these guys who came to the events. And it's nice also because I'm based in New Jersey, so I don't live in Atlanta. And there's a lot of community members, and my other captain Jimmy, who lives in Atlanta. We rely on those guys that are in the actual community, because a big part of it is we're going to do a lot more of these in real life events. Like I was telling you about the Knicks one. We're going to do a really big opening night for the Hawks season in October, where we'll talk about it in a second, but we're going to give away an entire Cool Cat set.
Wow.
So, we're, figuring out the best way to do that. That's always kind of the hardest part is like,
Yep.
everybody kind of does the same thing with the giveaways, and
Yeah.
they try to be unique and different. And you try to do it in person, as opposed to just always spinning a wheel,
Right.
or, doing it on Twitter, which is great. And it's a different kind of engagement, but
Yeah.
to me, I want to bring people together and meet each other.
Well, yeah, and you want to bring people together. You also want to create something that is like beneficial to like your community, and not necessarily just being like, hey, look at what we're doing. And that's, to me, sometimes like the Twitter thing is great, where it gets you more engagement, it gets you some followers, it gets you that sweet engagement farming. Like it got NFT day trending, right? Like that's the purpose behind a lot of those. Whereas I do think when you're doing stuff specifically in your Discord, or again, the only other example I have is like, I know the Celtics put together some like insane like scavenger hunt type thing, where
Yeah.
right, like that is, it's more of a community builder within what you're doing. And I think that goes a long way. But yeah, and to go back to what you were saying too, and not to get to like, before we get back to the giveaways, and not to get like all philosophical on it, but I do think like some of the stuff that you guys are doing with the community building that's happening with, and granted, it's like, oh, this is like Hawks focus, but like you said, because it's one of the more inexpensive sets, you're seeing some other fans who are all, like, also just happen to have Hawks sets are in there as well. But when stuff is like down, or when maybe it's a frustrating experience, I think prior to these types of communities being built, that was it, right? Like you were just frustrated, like that. You were just like frustrated with the price, or you're frustrated with the direction or the lack of direction.
Right.
And now I think what's almost been kind of like, I almost equated to when you were in elementary school and the cafeteria food sucked, and you could just be like, you bonded with the people around you around the thing sucking, and then it almost was like, it doesn't matter that it sucks. It's almost like a joke that it sucks, and like we're having a good time at our lunchroom table. And that's probably unfair to Top Shot right now to compare it to lousy cafeteria food, because that's not what I'm doing. But I think during the frustrating times, I think having this as like the backbone of why we're doing this stuff is, or maybe not why we're doing it, but a part of the reason why we're doing it is, I think it's just good for all of our brains.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it before the captain's program, there was not really an outlet for a Hawks fan or a Knicks fan to like go and kind of vent and talk about their team. And I always go back to like the sentiment of, we are so early in this entire ecosystem. Like there's so many growing pains, because obviously they grow so fast, so quickly, that in 5 years, I know we're going to look back and we're going to be like, remember, like the 2.0 version was so basic. Like people were like doing this stuff on laptops and not on their, mobile app, just kind of all these crazy things. Because I just think like the future for this, like right now, they're so futuristic. People can't even grasp like what kind of, platform Top Shot really is. And that's why I still love it. Even through the growing pains and the frustrations, there's just like, there's too much potential and too many opportunities out there. And the community is great because, you can, I see it all the time because I'm in my, my captain's Discord. So I see all these great giveaways. but you can be a fan of so many different teams now. And growing up, I wasn't even a big Hawks fan. I only became a Hawks fan probably 3-4 years ago, really because of Trae Young. I became obsessed with him, and I just couldn't stop watching all the Hawks games, and basically, fell in love with the team. So
Yeah.
it's not like the old days where like I always remember growing up and your parents were like, you could only like one team.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't like the Jets and the Giants. That's like taboo. Like now, I'm just a fan of the NBA,
Yeah.
and I watch multiple games every night. It's great to jump into other discords, and I'm in the Knicks Discord, and I'm always looking at their giveaways. We gave away a couple days ago on Trae Young's birthday a hollow
Oh,
legendary
wow. Nice.
moment for $1,000. To a community member, happened to be a New York Knicks guy that actually loves the Hawks. It's just that's awesome
Yeah.
to see that like this guy is going to go to a Knicks game and he's actually going to root for both teams.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. My dad would be furious if I got joked the other day because I have a Jalen Waddle jersey now, and I'm from Massachusetts originally, so I'm a pretty big Patriots fan, and I'll never tell him that I have that jersey. So,
Yeah, he'll never watch the show.
Yeah, Red Dad said probably wouldn't have stuck around if it wasn't for like the Team Holds community, and then said not sure if that's good or bad though. So thanks, Red Dad. But I think it's important to have stuff like this, and this goes back to something that MBL, who now has turned into one of the loudest critics of Top Shot on Twitter lately, but said that like there's got to be more ways to interact with this space without just like buying and selling stuff. And I think this is like a pretty cool step in the right direction. And I know like the giveaways are the splashy things, right? Like giving away tickets to a game, like that's like the utility, the in real life utility people have like dreamed of since getting involved in this. Like that seemed to be the big picture of like what this could lead to. And I think that is cool and that looks cool, but I really do think like when you get a run a backpack today, if that's something you're lining up for, I mean, you're probably more apt to like share your results in your team Discord, in the community that you feel most connected to, right? And I think that is like, that's the exciting part of it in my mind. I think that's how it succeeds. I mean, it has to succeed long term with like clear vision of what they are and who they are. But like from our side of things, from the community side of things, and I know everyone's probably like, oh, hashtag community. Tandy's gonna play the video, which he should. It's funny. But I really do. I do think that part's important. So like thank you, man, because I don't think people realize like how much work, and you already were like, yeah, I work full time and I have a family, and now you're like managing large scale events, which is not super fun all the time.
No, I mean there's a lot of logistics and stress in there, but we're really lucky. The Hawks community is awesome. Everybody has positive energy and positive feedback. There's really not any disgruntled, community members that are like making waves in our community. So big shout out to our community because they're awesome. And going back to your point of like, giving back, like our community is all about giving back. So I think the other part of the rewarding side of this is doing things like when we did our event down in Atlanta, me and the other captain Jimmy, we did this Feed the Pack program at State Farm, where we spent a couple hours by putting together packets of food for the homeless and things like that. And the other, one of the other big initiatives we did over the summer, which is going to continue on throughout the season, which some people might have seen on our Twitter account, is we refurbished a basketball court with SCAD and Adair Park, and that was really rewarding because basically when we visited the park, there was not even a basketball court there. They refurbished, put this awesome mural in. We paid for the benches that are going to go around the actual basketball court so people can sit there and enjoy. But then it becomes like a long-lasting, community, whole kind of program, because that's not the only thing we're going to do. Like now we're starting to talk to the park about doing other cool things, like let's do yoga classes in the park for the parents. Let's do like basketball clinics, and maybe we can get like an Atlanta Hawk or an ex-Atlanta Hawk come by and do a clinic. Like that's the more rewarding part. As opposed to just giving away a $1,000 legendary moment, which is also rewarding.
Yeah.
But that's a different kind of feel.
Well, and you know what ends up being cool about like what you're doing is you start forming relationships. And again, this has been turned into like a dorky philosophical emotional thing, but you're by doing the work that you're doing with that group, right, with your community. Then when the legendaries are given out, and somebody gets it, there's less of like, oh damn, I didn't get it, and there's this being like, oh hell yeah, I know Greg. Shout out Greg, that's awesome. And the example that I like using privately, I don't usually say this publicly, but like Poker Pro Eric won a holo at Vegas at like the live event we did. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, dude, Poker Pro Eric's had everything. And like, even though, he likes to flex his troll on us, like he still is involved. And like everybody knows who Poker Pro Eric is. So it was like funny for that everybody was in on it. And I think that is what in turn makes the giveaways that much more fruitful instead of like, yesterday again, really cool. Another way to promote engagement. But like it's just kind of screen names winning stuff versus members of your community where relationships have been formed. So I think they go hand in hand. They make the whole experience a little bit better. And speaking of giveaways, I want to start. We'll start doing our own engagement farming. So here we go. We're gonna, and I'll have Eric take us through some of these giveaways. But in order to qualify for what's about to be coming down the pipe, all you have to do is like the stream. You need to subscribe. You need to be a subscriber to Team Hold, and then put hashtag Hawks into the chat. That's all you need to do in order to qualify. I have a few moments that have been donated by Low Cereals only that I'm going to be giving away, and you won't believe it, but they're actually Low
Hawks?
Cereals. So we'll have some of those moments to give away as well. But Eric, why don't you take us through a little bit about what you guys are working on, and I can start sharing some of the things as you talk about them because I know you sent me some graphics, so I can have those ready to go. So you just tell me where you want to start.
Awesome. Yeah, well, let's start with the cool cast. I had mentioned that before.
All right.
So we've teased the community throughout the summer, and we're going to tie this into our opening Hawks opener November 18th against the Rockets. So, or 19th, sorry. So what we're going to be doing is a whole bunch of set giveaways. And the top prize will be obviously the cool cat set. And along with that, we're going to be doing the Hustle and Show 2 series sets giveaways. And then we partnered also with Nine Lives Lounge, and they're donating 10 Cool Cats packs to give away. So it's going to be just like a potpourri of like awesome packs and set giveaways. So that as well as we're giving away 2 tickets to the home opener game as well. So just, stay tuned. We're not going to give it away today on the show,
right?
But we're going to be doing a promotion, between now and before the game, and then tying in those other set giveaways and pack giveaways. So there's a ton of stuff to give away. I feel like I need like 2 days down in Atlanta just to like do all this. I joke like I want to get the Madden truck and go like,
oh hell yeah,
sit in the parking lot and just like invite people and drink alcohol and shoot basketball
nice.
in the parking lot. So I don't know if the Hawks leadership will let me do that, but that's an idea I'm thinking about.
That's team building right there. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I like that there's a few different ways to be involved in the giveaways too. Like you have some in real life opportunities, and of course, like whenever you do that, there's a bunch of people that's like, hey, I could never make that happen. And so you also have some other like NFT type giveaways. Like I like that you're able to, whether you're present or not, have a shot at something like that. Cause I always think about that, how I feel like a lot of our international fans get boned by some of this stuff because it's like, oh yeah, Eastern Standard Time, you need to qualify for this. And so to be able to do stuff like that is it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then the other graphic I gave you, which is the so this is awesome because we were able to get season tickets to 31 home games. Each game will have 4 tickets that we're giving away. So that's, about 125 tickets all season long. I went to visit the arena when I was down in Atlanta. I saw the seats. They're awesome. the vibe in Atlanta this year is going to be so different with DeJounte Murray now in the backcourt. Like those two guys in the backcourt are probably, to me, the most sensational young backcourt in the league. And, the dynamics of the Hawks are, in my mind, going to change. And I think they're just going to be an exciting team to watch every night. So, we're going to give away, starting in September throughout, the beginning of the season, all these tickets. So stay tuned for, a lot of different promotions, in the Twitter and Atlanta Hawks gated Discord community. I think I lost you. Are you muted?
Sorry, I am muted. That was 100% my fault. I was swallowing. I didn't want you to hear. I know you said you're in New Jersey. So have you already secured some Hawks Nets or Hawks Knicks tickets for yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, me personally, or like part of the.
Well, I guess both. I was gonna say you personally, but yeah, you can say both.
Well, we're gonna do that Knicks Hawks rivalry night in November, so we already got tickets to that. I mean, the nice thing is obviously I'm so close to both the Nets and in the Knicks arena that I'll probably go myself and just watch the Hawks games when they come in. But I just love going to just all the different games. Doesn't matter. Like last year, I'm actually traveling to Dallas today on a business trip later. But last season, I was in Dallas for another business trip. I happened to be there opening night for the Mavericks game, so I actually went to that game. That was actually cool because they the Mavericks actually did an NFT drop. They had started to do this for the entire season, basically, but the first game they did a drop where they were giving away an NFT on Polygon. So it was cool because I got a ticket, which allowed you through Ticketmaster to download a free NFT. And those are the kind of exciting things that I like to go to different arenas and just check out the different vibes.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that too. I like having the opportunity to like. Oh, I mean, I of course as a Celtics fan love going to the TD Garden and to watch the Celtics at home. But I almost enjoy more going to see them away, like seeing them at the Barclays or at MSG or wherever. But yeah, I agree. I like being able to check out a bunch of different arenas.
Yeah, we did also last season. Me and a buddy of mine who's a big Atlanta fan, we flew down to Atlanta just personally before I was the captain, but we went to go see the Celtics Hawks game on a Wednesday night, stayed over, and then Thursday night was the Patriots Falcons game. So couldn't have asked for a better guys trip for 2 days. But that was fun because when we saw them, both the Celtics and the Hawks were like under 500. The teams were going nowhere, and who would have thought like the Celtics were
right,
two wins away from the title.
I know, seriously, you would not have guessed that. All right, I want to make sure, did we hit most of the talking points that you wanted to smash about like what this captain experience has been like and what you guys are working on before we maybe talk about some other Top Shot related stuff? I want to make sure we hit most of it.
Yeah, we did. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right. So we'll spin this giveaway in probably like 3 or 4 minutes. So if you haven't, you remember, in order to qualify, you need to like the stream, subscribe, and put hashtag Hawks into the chat. So we have this run of backdrop today. Are you jumping in? Like what is your approach? I know you're going to be on a plane, so that might be a little bit trickier.
I'm stressing out because I've been checking on my app to see if my flight has Wi-Fi and internet. So I'm hoping it does. I'll probably pay the $10 to get it, but I'll probably be in today's drop. I was actually on the allow list yesterday to get a pack of the archive set. So, I didn't pull the Magic Johnson, but I got one pack already. So I was excited about that. And yeah, I'll be in today's drop and tomorrow's drop and Friday's drop, 3 days in a row.
Yeah, it's a lot. We got a lot dropping.
Are you going to be in it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going back and forth. I think I am gonna sit out the archive one, and if there's stuff I think if I was going to go after it, it would just be to see if I could, get a lottery ticket and get the Magic. But I don't think I'm gonna go after. If I wanted one, I'll probably just buy it off the marketplace. And then the rare, I'll line up for the rare. I think the new challenge thing that they introduced is probably going to, like with the locking, is probably gonna prop the value up a little bit. So that seems a little bit exciting, or not even exciting. That's interesting. But I think that's probably it. I probably just the rare one.
I always like to at least line up and see where I land
Yeah.
in the legendary drop.
Mhm.
I always feel like I missed the boat if I'm not in a drop, just to at
Yeah.
least say I was in a drop.
You need to
I
at least take a screenshot of where you were in the drop, you know?
I was since I've started a year and a half ago, I've kind of become an unopened pack whore.
Yeah.
So I at one time I was almost up to 200 packs in my vault, but
Wow.
now I've come down to earth a little bit. So I've got about like 110 unopened packs in my account to
Wow.
this day. So my other kind of like long-term plan before I was a captain, when I just started doing this myself, but is just waiting for the pack marketplace to open, because I
Mhm.
really think that's like an untapped kind of like not talked about so much under the radar thing that I think is just going to be hugely successful.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I feel like that was something that was talked about like ad nauseum early on, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then I think when NFL All Day was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have that," and then they didn't. I think like they just got pushed back in the back of people's minds. I will say we've messed around with that. I don't know if you've played around with Candy Digital, if you're a baseball fan at all, but they had a drop yesterday, actually. I think it was like $25 packs and 125. And I just noticed the $25 packs going for like 60. But you are able to sell packs on the marketplace, and that does seem like it's pretty successful, especially, in the same way that people have approached these series one pack drops, right? Where you're like, okay,
yeah,
this is what hasn't been pulled yet. So we know what's in here. What was happening with Candy for a while is there was like a Mike Trout and an Otani, like one of one legendary, or I forget what they call it, that hadn't been pulled yet. So those pack
right.
prices were like over $1,000 for what was a $50 pack. Um, so I think you're right. I don't know like when that's happening, like where it is on the radar, but you're right. If you're on this like this long term thesis of Top Shot, then yeah, I think having these packs could be. I mean, I don't know how much these like series 3, series 2, 60K packs gonna be worth, but whatever.
Yeah. I've heard Janie say in a couple of chats she's had that, by end of year they should have the PAX marketplace open. Fingers crossed.
Really?
But I mean, that could just be wishful thinking. But
Yeah.
I think the platform is going to just totally, you know, that's going to kickstart the marketplace. I think. My
That would
personal
definitely
opinion.
be interesting. Oh, speak of the Tanderoni. Good to see you,
There
Tandy.
he is.
All right, I'm gonna say last call right here. Last call. You're gonna like the stream. You have to subscribe to Team Hold, and you have to put hashtag Hawks into the chat. And what we'll do, because like I said earlier, I have a few moments from low cereals to give away. That are low cereals. We got a Spencer Dinwiddie playoff moment. That's serial number 82. We have a Norman Powell. That's 96, and then a
Nice.
Sue Bird. That's an 81. So we got 3 moments that we'll give away towards the end. But remind the people, what are we giving? What is the Hawks community giving away today?
Well, I was toying around a couple of ideas because giving away tickets is great, but the problem, obviously, like we talked about, is
Mhm.
not many people probably in this stream right now is living in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to give away a Hawks rare Trey Young. So
Wow.
I don't have the picture of it right now, but I'll
Yeah.
easily get it in a couple minutes, and I
Yeah.
think we'll just make this an awesome addition to your giveaway,
Dude, we love
and we'll
that.
we'll do one Trey in honor of his birthday this week. Rare.
A rare trade. That is very generous of you. And I'm sure the people not in Atlanta are like, hell yeah, it's not a ticket. All right. So what we'll do, I'll have if we'll spin this now before you head out. And so if you win this, just shoot me a DM either at Mike Zakarian or at Team Hold, and give me your Top Shot username, and I'll link you up with Eric, and we'll get that. That's very very generous of you. I'm just gonna
My
say I'm
pleasure.
rooting. Eric Fernandez in the chat is a diehard Knicks fan, and that's who I hope gets it. I know he hates Trey deep in his heart, so I hope he gets it. All right, here we go. We got 80 entrants right now with 115 watching. I feel like I feel like you all are screwing up right now. But we're gonna go ahead and spin this. We're gonna Fernandez. There he is, right on cue. So we're going to go ahead and spin this right now. Again, just shoot me a DM. Let's see who it's going to go to. Here, no duck races, but we love the StreamYard giveaway. Super Luminal.
Super.
With a huge W.
Not just
Congrats.
luminal, super luminal.
Yeah, that's right. Not just your regular luminal. So super luminal, congrats, man. Go ahead and shoot me a DM so I can link you up with Eric. And Eric, dude, I really appreciate you coming on, especially on a travel day. Listen, I'm useless on travel days, so the fact that you were able to do something productive is pretty impressive. And seriously, thank you for all you do for the community, especially the Hawks community. But I think even just like if you're not in the Hawks community, but you're seeing people like
come on in.
Yeah. But just seeing people spend time and volunteer in the way that you guys are doing to make this whole experience a little bit or a little bit better for us all is really nice. So thank you, man.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me. Great to connect. And
yeah,
next time we connect, it's got to be in person and grabbing a beer, maybe
absolutely.
at the garden. And, and we'll get together. And thank you for having me on the show. It was great fun. And best of luck to you. And thanks for everyone for showing up.
Yeah, hell yeah, Eric. Thank you again, and safe travels, and good luck in those pack drops this week, man. We'll talk soon.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, shout out Eric, shout out the Hawks community, all people, good shit. And look at Super Luminal right there, just getting that dub, Super Luminal, and Richard handling it like a pro. I never win anything. Sad face. Today was another day where I woke up and I received an L. Ho hum. I'm sorry, Richard, you didn't win the free thing. Good to see everybody here. We still have a few more moments we'll give away towards the end, but I figured we could just, hang out for a little bit, see how everyone's doing, see how everyone is doing. We had a fun day yesterday. We gave away a total of 60 packs yesterday, 50 of those being Top Shot Series 3 packs, and then we had 10 UFC strike packs that we gave away, and there was a lot of familiar faces. I think I already closed out of it, but a lot of familiar faces won. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll pull that up just so the people know. The people know in the all day streets. I mean, the all day, Jesus. In the when people check the general Discord when you have time, says Naked XYZ. All right. I was looking at that earlier. Oh, there we go. Let's see. I'll pull this up. You want to do this? I'll pull this up. So in honor of the floats, let's do this. That's fun. Thank you. This was a fun thing to do. Let's do it. Let's pull it up. We'll do it in real time here. And then I'll share the link in the chat here. All right. So we got a float. It's a team hold, a Naked XYZ team hold collab. Naked XYZ right over. It looks like only 6 has been minted so far. Let's connect that wallet. Connect that Dapper. We're connected right now. Let's claim this float. Let's claim the float, baby. Bang. Huge day for Naked XYZ Team Hold collab. I'm going to go ahead. We'll drop a link in the chat. Let's make this pop. All right. So I'm throwing that in there. That's hilarious. Thank you. Let me stop sharing that. I want to share the other thing, and then we'll talk a little bit about yesterday, just in general. Try to keep it light, though, because I don't want to receive any messages about my attitude. All right, here we go. Here were some winners yesterday from our packs. Hold on. Let me share this unshare this comment. Here we go. Stringer Bell. Let's P Bizzle. I saw you in the chat. That was from yesterday, though. Eagle Putt, Limsey, Sharp Balloon, Coach Stark, Sierra. We got Will over here. Deep Threat took one down. Quote the Craven. Snoopaloop, Mac Attack, Doc Delta, DJ, the Rad Dead, Square Bear. Who else do we know? The Joff Borland. Anybody else we recognize here? Rock and a Roll, Albie Van Gundy, Tyler Dirt and Heat, Dick Chuck, Supreme Clientele, Good Morning NBA, Raptor, Ghana, Big Ticket, Seabear. A lot of W's yesterday in those packs. A lot of good stuff for those packs. So congrats to everyone who won a pack. You retweeted, you liked, you commented, you did all of the stuff. Joe Light said, Mike, you get your 50 and flow for being a Dapper VIP. Joe, I am not a Dapper VIP. I did not get 50 and flow. But yeah, let's talk about what happened yesterday in general anyways. I mean, shout out Dumbo put together an event that got stuff trending. It was a nice kind of reflective piece, I think, more than anything. If you guys tuned into the spaces, I thought one of the cooler things, and we'll talk about the whole thing. One of the cooler things about the spaces was actually towards the end, in my opinion, and it wasn't Roham. It was the Athlete Studio. The Athlete Studio came on towards the end and talked a little bit about what they're doing. I've mentioned them before. I had a meeting with them last week. They are doing, they're partnering up with, like individual athletes and their projects and their brands, and whether it is a lot of it's Web3, but a lot of it's not Web3. And they Dapper acquired them recently. But every Monday, Nick from the Athlete Studio is going to be coming on our Monday NFL show at noon to talk a little bit just really about football. And then if they have like they represent players like AJ Dillon, Justin Jefferson, Chase Claypool, and as talk a little bit about that athlete's performance over the weekend, maybe some of the projects they're working on, not necessarily to shill, but to just keep us aware of some of the stuff they're doing, and also talking a little bit about football. We're going to have some giveaways for that as well. And it was good. It was really, I thought that was really interesting. That got me excited. Ooh, look at like dark in here for a second, but that got me excited. That seems to be like something new that's actually including the players. And I think the players would be a little bit more invested in it because it's their own thing. So that got me pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that. The rest of the spaces I thought was fine. You know what the thing is though, and this is the same playbook, right? It's the same playbook being done over and over again, where I feel like a lot of hype was created and then it was fine. And I think if we didn't know all of this hype was created, I think we just would have went into it and was been like, oh, you know what? It was pretty good to hear from the GMs. Like, good to get like a State of the Union of Dapper Sports. And then Roham comes on, doesn't really say anything except for that we have 1 million users, and he's looking forward to the next million. But like, it would have been fine, right? It would have been like going to a staff meeting. But I think what happens is like, we get some eyeball emoji tweets and stuff like that. And we start thinking like, oh, well, today's the flow day. Today is the flow day. And then when that doesn't happen, everybody gets a little bummed out. I will say, I thought NFL All Day seemed sharp with some of the stuff, the direction that they're heading. It seemed like they knew where they were going. Also UFC Strike, it seemed like they knew where they were going and had a grasp of who they are and who they want to be. I thought the Top Shot portion of it was a little unfocused. It almost felt like people had like talking points, and then Top Shot didn't. And so that was a little, that like bummed me out a little bit, because I was like, oh, maybe we'll get a feel for where they think they're going. And really, the conversation was just kind of like, yeah, we're looking forward to knowing where we're going. But who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah, it just was fine. It was fine. It was a little underwhelming, but it was fine. Yeah, Big Ticket saying let it rip. No, I mean, I think being fair. I tweeted out yesterday. I said good luck in the drop this week. But we now have 8 sets confirmed in Series 4 and no Series 4 roadmap. And maybe the NBA is the reason that's being held up, right? Maybe the NBA needs to sign off on roadmaps. I'm sure they have to have some say on that. I think it was just kind of, I don't know. I think I'm excited to know where they're going. I'm excited for them to know where they're going, because it seems like they don't. Unless, listen, hey, maybe they've been told to be button lipped and they can't say anything. But well, yeah, we'll see how the drop goes this week. I'm sure it'll be successful and sell out. We can, what I should do is pull up the blog on the announcement of that challenge. I feel like that probably will be useful to talk a little bit about that. Let me see. Sorry, hold on 1 second. I got to pull up NBA Top Shot. Also, we're still doing the giveaways too for those couple of moments. So if you haven't liked the stream, subscribed and put hashtag Hawks into the chat, no dice for you. All right. I will say one of the weird things, right? So the net neutral conversation, and this is what I meant. Like, it felt like the talking points weren't there. Is so net neutral now includes locking. And that was not the case like 2 months ago, I don't think, when that was said on a Spaces. I feel like that was Tandy, are you still here? Because Tandy, didn't you have an interview where that wasn't the case? Right? Wasn't that the opposite of what we thought? Anyways, let's go over to the blog. I'll wait for Tandy to weigh in. Where's the big thing? It's the new locking. So to unlock these new limited editions, that's we're talking Larry Legend and D-Rod, you'll need to finish the first lockdown challenges. Lockdowns are a new type of challenge format for Series 4, where in order to earn the reward, all of the requirements will need to be locked to leaderboards. Dennis Rodman and Larry Bird will each require 7 moments to be locked in order to complete. We'll have 10 potential required moments to choose from each lockdown challenge. So that means you don't have to lock them all. You just got to get 70%, I believe is what that means, right? 7 moments to be locked in order to complete. Collectors will have 10 potential required moments to choose from. Dennis Rodman's lockdown begins on the 26th. Larry Bird's on the 29th. There will be no legendary challenges for the Run It Back Legacy set. So I don't know. I don't know. Cool. I think that's cool. I think that's fine. I was hoping to see more burning. I was hoping to like burning to be the thing. I saw Diamond had an interesting tweet yesterday where NFL All Day has already burned up to 180,000 moments, where I believe that's like 6% of the supply. Top Shot's burned a little over 230,000, I think, which is like 0.6. Now, again, we got to keep in mind that NFL All Day had the benefit of starting later and having the information already at hand, but they just seem to have turned on the burning machine and are messing with the mechanics at a faster rate than maybe we're seeing from the Top Shots side of things. I wanted to see something else too. I don't know. Well, what is the challenge? What is the challenges? How does that move the needle for you guys? I think, Tandy said, Tandy, DM it to me. DM it to me on Twitter. I'll share it. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I think like a lot of this would be helpful if we had a better indication idea of where they were going. Like even there was another announcement too that was like, we're excited about what's coming. They also have the vintage vibes are included, right? So here we go. Here's the other thing I wanted to share. Starting on 10/1, Vintage Vibes is making its return to Series 4. 8 new limited edition Phantom Tier moments will become available, each of which can be earned exclusively by participating in those crafty challenges, featuring a mix of TSDs and returning fan favorites. Each Vintage Vibe challenge will require common summer 2021. So last year's archives were keeping the names and moments for a secret now, but you can expect the Vintage Vibe schedule to look like this: the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, the 11th. All of this action will take us to tip-off, where we've got exciting plans for the start of the new NBA season and a full schedule of crafting challenges. So I believe I'm still hosting, speaking of tip-off, we'll be doing a full day tip-off show here on Team Hold with a bunch of fun guests, some of your favorite content creators from around the space. So it's going to be fun. Breakfast Hero says AD burning at a high rate is a good sign. What question mark? What do you mean question mark, Breakfast Cereals? Do you mean that's not a good sign? Do you mean, is that a good sign for Top Shot? What do you mean? What do you mean? Are we sure it's burning the new archive moments? No, it's burning the old ones. It's burning the old ones. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. But yeah, I don't know. I think like if yesterday, for Dapper projects in general, yeah, it is. But I'm going to bring this up again yesterday because I feel like we've gone back and forth here where it's like, hey, it's the same company. Don't worry about it. I'm going to use the example. I tried to use the Nestle example yesterday, but I'm going to use the example that Greg and Dustin would use and have used privately. So this is them, not me. So, right. Star Wars and the MCU are both in Disney, right? Under the same umbrella. I don't know how often Star Wars and MCU are communicating on best strategies moving forward. So like and I think there's a lot of that. So just because they're in the same thing, I don't know. I don't know if that's fair to do that. Just throwing that out there. All right, let me go to Twitter. I just saw Tandy said he sent over the clip. It's 1 minute long. I have to stop sharing it so then I can share it with the audio. All right, here we go. Let's see. We're just going to share the clip. Hold on 1 second. It's 1 minute long. He said, I'm just glad we're getting to see Tandy on screen. Are you kidding me? Who knew we were going to put this hotness on camera this morning? And we don't even have to, like, we just get to sit back and watch. All right, here we go. Let's see. We're going to turn my headphones up. Hold on. I'm going to play it for a second. I want to make sure you can hear it though. So you tell me.
I know that a lot of
Can you hear that? Could you hear him saying, I know that a lot of. Tell me, I need confirmation that you can hear it before I play the whole thing. This is like Inception, but like a bad dream, right? Because not a bad dream, because okay, you can hear. Wait, did you just leak that Captain Marvel will be in the next? Yeah, when Disney truckloads. There we go. Mike, same company, competing teams like Apple II versus Mac. All right, I don't know. Breakfast here before AD is a golden boy right now. Why are they already burning this much just 2 weeks into their inaugural season? I think because they have a pretty good understanding of their user base and also the supply. They knew that they overminted, I would guess. Breakfast cereals. Are you going the other way on this, breakfast cereals? I love this hot take. Are you saying more moments, dude? More moments, more packs. All right, here we go. We're going to play it. I know we're going to get an ad, and then I'm not going to be able to monetize this.
people are sort of eagerly awaiting the roadmap, hoping.
Dude,
Sweet and
Let's
sour
watch the
liquid
ad.
torches fat
Sweet and sour
287%
liquid
faster than
torches
diet
fat
and exercise.
280. This is
One
good.
of the most renowned weight loss doctors in the world,
That's
Dr.
good.
Michael Frazier, had his 20-year career cancelled because of what he discovered on a medical expedition in the
Dude, he
rainforest.
got canceled.
A secret that reveals why most men and women fight uncontrollable weight gain as they
Nice.
age, and why every solution offered never targets the real true cause.
This is good.
He shares the 2 myths regarding diet
Ooh.
and exercise. Myth number 1, diet and exercise is a safe way to lose weight.
Interesting.
Myth number 2, the weight loss and pharma industries are on your side.
Wow.
So, if you are struggling to lose weight, keep watching to learn more.
Eric, I'm in charge here, dude.
Groundbreaking research has uncovered a little-known hormone, called BAM15, that
we do a
becomes
drop
idle and dormant,
simultaneously?
especially in those over 35.
This is ridiculous.
Without active levels of this hormone, no
All right,
amount
let's
of
skip the
diet
ad.
or
Let's skip
exercise
the
can
ad.
lead to lasting.
for the best, obviously, and probably
Yeah.
some people fearing for the worst and hoping for the best. What more can you talk about in terms of supply? And I say that also because I know that there was a little bit of a some confusion maybe that along Twitter, where people were talking about net neutral, net negative, and locking, and how locking affects future supply and it's treated as negative. And there was some language that I felt was just a little bit gray or cloudy. Can you talk on that at all?
So there's like a whole equation to it. I think that some people, the way that people are asking is more that they're worried about us cheating our way to staying net neutral rather than actually cutting supply. Like our actual supply is reduced by over 60 something percent, and that's just planned. That's not even like factoring in other things. So when we say net neutral, it is a combination of factors, but the actual plant supply is, if you look at series over series, it is reduced by over 60%. So
Okay.
there's no denying on that. But that's the plan, is to be net neutral. We do take a hit though in terms of what it means for us on the back end in terms of revenue, and I'm
Right.
willing to take that hit if it means that we can get new users in the door.
All
Also, the hope too is that we can increase our grail prices. So I know we talk a lot about the floor.
All right,
but
I think
really
that's
ceiling
fine,
is
right?
a great
I-
indicator of
did-
our market as well. And if we have a healthy ceiling,
I don't know if that really answered it, right? Did it? Did that really answer it? I don't know. I just hope those grail prices go up, dude. Somebody get those grails up. I kind of just want to leave this up for the rest. It's like the only time I'll probably be taller than Tandy, or bigger than Tandy, that is. All right. I don't know. I don't know if that was. I don't know. Did that move the needle for anybody? Did that answer? I feel like that didn't kind of answer what we were trying to ask, anyways. But at least we get to see. Tandy, did you just do this for the fucking ads, dude? Yeah, breakfast cereals. I totally agree, dude. I totally agree. They had the luxury. Yeah. Imagine what happens if they were the one who started to, absolutely. I've already said that. I totally agree. I totally agree. Yeah, let me just we're gonna tweet something out right now. We're gonna tweet something out here. Let's see if I still have the ability to do this. And then just a reminder, we're going to give away some stuff too. Give away some stuff here. Let's go to share that. And let's just see. Mike gave up on content this morning and started showing other people. I'll tag them. Instead. Here we go. Hell yeah, dude. There you go, Tandy. There you go, Tandy. Oh wait, no, Eric. But Eric, they are a company that needs to make. Like, if the company doesn't make money, like, then what are we doing? So they also have to make money. Like, I think that's fair. I think it's fair for them to be concerned about them still making money. Anyways, Chris, what's the matter? Dapper is telling you to be more positive, and you're listening. I know. I don't think so. I don't think that I mean, I think I've maintained the same energy. Right? I just, it feels negligible to tell people to go buy stuff until we have a roadmap. I'm excited to see what the roadmap looks like, and I think that'll be helpful. That's where I'm at. Yeah, Chris, chill, baby. Chill, Chris. All right, let's give some stuff away. Also, hey, reminder, so we're back at noon to talk about NFL all day in week 3, baby. We got the week 3 playbook that's going to get announced tomorrow. Also, Sunday morning at 11 a.m., John Boy Beats makes his return to the show. John and I are going to be breaking down the last minute nature of the slate. We're going to be looking at OTM Rumble. We're going to be looking at the challenges as they get announced, because you want to know what? They're getting announced on Team Hold. That's right. AJ is going to be coming back on the show, not only this week, but every single week for the rest of the season. AJ is going to come on Team Hold and announce the playbook challenges both for Sunday slate and the Sunday night slate at noon. The show starts at 11 Eastern on Team Hold. AJ's coming on right before, probably at like 11:45, and then we'll announce it at 12. Also, we're going to be giving away an NFL All Day pack or two on the show on Sunday. So you need to be here for it. You need to be subscribed to Team Hold. You need to be ready to cook. It's going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, today at noon, the football show's back. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight on actually Jeb Bush's channel, we have Top Shot Talk returning. We have John Boy, myself, and Jeb. Shot Tank's going to talk a little bit about NBA. I think John's probably run some numbers and show some graphs and stuff. We'll talk about the drop, and we'll talk about what's been going on with NFL all day. It'll be exciting stuff. All right, let me go find the giveaway thing, and let's hope I didn't delete it and have to start it over again. No, I didn't. So we have, there's still a few more minutes if you want to get in on this. You got to like the stream. You got to subscribe to Team Hold, and you need to put hashtag Hawks, just like Dustin Lees did in the chat. Shout out, Dustin. Good to see you here. BD said, can we get a Team Hold DraftKings contest on Sunday? You know what, BD? That's a great idea. And let me see if I can get something together. But yeah, we get a lot of content coming at you the next couple of weeks. So I hope you guys are excited. Follow some of the links there in the show notes. You can join our VIP if you haven't done that. We gave away 5 packs yesterday just to our VIPs. And all you got to do, I think it's like $1.99. And you get some special badges and can do some fun stuff. So, and it helps support us. We put those monies back into Team Hold. So join the VIP playback, where we live stream games and hang out. There's a link for that. You can create a free account over there. That helps us out as well. And then join the Discord if you're not in there already. And then shout out Eric again from the Hawks captain. I think it's really cool bringing captains on. I love that. All right, let's spin some giveaways, shall we? So we've got 3 moments to give away. Let me just double check what they are. First one is Spencer Dinwiddie. We've got a Dinwiddie, Norman Powell, and Sue Bird. Actually, we're gonna do Spencer Dinwiddie first. Here we go. For the Spencer, if you win this, shoot me a DM at Mike Scarron or in the Team Hold Discord, and I will hook you the F up. Here we go. Devilar. Devilar's on a hot streak right now, just absolutely cooking. Absolutely cooking, Devlar. All right, Norman Powell is up next. Normie, Norman Powell, the like 7th man on the Clippers. They're going to be a deep squad. All right, who's this going to? Stormin' Norman is going to Will Fitzgerald. Will Fitzgerald. Congrats, Fitzy. Late entrance smashes it. Absolutely smashes it. And last but not least, the GOAT or co-GOAT, tri-GOAT, Subert. Subert. I was going to say Subert's last moment on the platform, but she had the game recognized game. She's probably getting a legendary. It's going to Tandy time. Tandy time. Are you kidding me, dude? Rigged, man. You took my ad money today. I gave you ad money, and then you somehow won a gosh darn moment. Horse squash. Yeah, rigged is right. Rigged is right. All right, everybody. Good shit. Had a lot of fun this morning. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We will be back in just a couple hours. I'm hopefully going to be washed at that point, maybe even fed. But we'll see you in a few hours. Till then, we out.
Well, the top shot streets